Hi guys, it's Karina. So I'm making this quick video just to show you guys how to assemble my new little SVG center. So it's nothing too crazy or anything like that. It's just one little image. Well, not little, well, obviously if you stretch it out, you can make it bigger, but an SVG image to make this center right here. So when I had created template 104, I created a center that was so cute, but I actually did this hand cut, guys, with scissors. So if you want to see that video tutorial on how to do it hand cut, please visit the tutorial for this for template 104, and I show you guys how to hand cut the center, because I know some of us might not have either Cricut machines or Silhouette machines, you know, and you guys are always looking for fun, cute centers that you can do by hand cutting. Well, this is an option right here. It's super duper duper cute. I love it. But it was something that I was like, you know what, this is kind of a center that I think I want to keep on using. But sometimes hand cutting, because if you watch the tutorial, it's a lot. It's a lot of cutting. I was like, let me convert it to an SVG. So then that way, you know, if I ever want to make it, my Cricut machine can do it for me. So I did create her into an SVG. She's honestly so simple, and you could mess around with the sizing. So with the SVG, I will tell you roughly the measurements that I personally use to make these, because honestly, this middle part and this part right here, they are the same size, okay? The only one for the larger center, I did stretch these out longer, just because I wanted more of that kind of sunflower vibe, I guess you would say. But again, you just have to play with the sizing, guys, okay? In order, but I am going to give you the measurements for this one, and then it'll be up to you to manipulate the sizing, because that's the one nice thing about SVG, guys, is that you can play with the sizing, okay? So let's go ahead and get started, and let me show you how to assemble it. Hi guys, all right, so I just wanted to show you what the SVG looks like, which is that image right there. So pretty much you are able to manipulate the sizing as you wish, guys. So just click on this arrow and you can make it wider or shorter depending, even if you unlock it, which is right here. Okay, you will be able to stretch this out to however you want. I'm just going to keep it locked because that's the way that I want it. And typically, I stretch this out to close to 11, because the paper that I'm using, which is your typical standard size, around 8.5 by 11. So it is 11 wide. So I want it under 11, okay? So that's a good size right there, 10.79. Height wise, I like to keep it around 1 inch as well, height wise. So I like this size right here, 1.012 and 10.878 width. Just because, so I tried to keep the measurements the same as the hand cut one. So if you watch that tutorial on my template 104, I show you guys the hand cut version of the template, and the strips, so here's like the hand cut what, so the strips were around 1 inch. So that's kind of where I got what size I wanted this to be, was roughly around the same size as the hand cut ones, okay? But obviously if you get the SVG, you can manipulate the sizing to however you want, okay? So for the one that we are making today, they're all going to be this size, okay? And you're going to use just one full sheet, so you're going to need typically only 7 fit for me. So I'm just going to duplicate them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to go ahead and click make it. All right, and there you go. I have my 7 right here. So there's no way that I would have been able to fit another one if I would have done 8.5 by 11, but if I was using obviously cardstock 12 by 12, then I could have definitely fit more, okay? So I do have mine already cut, so I don't have to bore you for that. So let's look at how to assemble. Honestly, it's so simple. All right, so now you know what that looks like from the Cricut design space. Again, you can do this on Silhouette too. So I already have mine cut, and I was able to cut 7 of them on an 8.5 by 11, okay? So what you're gonna do, I'm going to gently peel this off. because we're not throwing this away, guys. Because the nice thing is that you're technically cutting two at the same time. So let me go ahead and fast forward this part while I gently peel this off. Okay, you guys, so here are the 7 right here, and this is what the image looks like. But now what the nice thing about this is that once you cut these out, you're actually getting double, because we are also going to be using these. So that's the nice thing. So even though I told you I have 7, in reality we have 14 in total, which is nice. So even with the hand cutting one, so if you watch the tutorial where I showed you how to do this, technically you're getting 2 out of 1. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and refer to that video tutorial and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so what you're going to want to do with this, because again, I don't get rid of this, you are just going to cut off the extra pieces that we don't want. Okay. So like, see here how this is kind of square? We're just gonna snip that part off, just like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. So again, see here, we don't want that part. You don't want that part. Get rid of that. So you wouldn't have to do this, what I'm doing now, to these, because those are already cut the way I want them to. But because these are the extra pieces, well, we're being resourceful and we are going to be using these, which is nice. And it's honestly not a hard center to do. All we're doing, guys, once we do this part, and this is optional, so the more strips that you add means the fuller your center is going to be. Okay, so if you want to make a nice full center like this one, then you would use all 14 of them, so these 7 and then the 7 from that. But if you want something smaller, say maybe like this size, then you would just use these 7 and then, you know, use the other ones for another center. So once you have your center, your image cut, you're just gonna roll, guys. That is it. You are just gonna roll these. Just like this. Get your glue gun. Add some glue. Okay, grab another one. Add your glue. And then wrap it around. So we will be doing this to all of them. So let me go ahead and do this off camera, because you know exactly what it is we have to do. Just keep rolling them. Do all 14 if you want to do the 14. But yeah, I will be back. All right, guys. Okay, guys, so I have them all rolled. There you go. So then now, I mean, if you want to leave it like that, you can, but if you want to get this look right here, all you have to do is grab a couple of these and then push them back. Just like this. It's easier once you put it on a table and then just kind of pull them back. And that's pretty much it, guys. As you can see, not hard at all. And it makes the most adorable center. I'm gonna get that one a little bit. Okay. And then all you got to do is just grab a flower or whatever your preference, and then you just place her in the center. All right, so I hope you found that helpful with that SVG. Like I said, you can manipulate the sizing. We can make it big just like this one. All I did was I did double. So instead of one 8.5 by 11, I cut out 2, and then I went ahead and stretched these about 2 inches. So I made them a little bit longer. Just to get that special effect as well. And I believe I only did 4 because only 4 of them fit in the 8.5 by 11. And yeah, so if you're curious how that one went, that's how we assembled that one. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye.